Audio. Technical difficulties standing by. Our men's double header underway here. Hobart Phoenix with the first basket, taking on the Kingborough-Huon Kings. Kings to the left, Hobart to the right. Starting lineups. Richards inside, off the glass, gets the finish. Makes it 2-all. Starting lineups here for Hobart. Robbie Inches, Terry Masunda in the guards. Veterans of the club. Speaking of veterans, Dwayne Davey on the floor, Geordie Hargrave and Cal Boucher. For the Kings, we've got Bain Shepherd, Clapsis, and the SBL trio of Stratsma, Pawson and Richards. Deep bench once again for the Kings as Masunda steps out of bounds there. Meanwhile, for Hobart, the bench tonight consisting, at the looks of this, of just Joel Davey out of retirement. The second of 3 Davies to come out of retirement. Dwayne never actually giving the game away. Playing a solid defensive role and minimal offensive there. Cowbouch nearly loses the ball there. Claps us on the pass through, doesn't matter. Masunda with the ball. Takes the jumper, no good there. Off shooting night in our previous men's game. Jumper by Masunda again. He's missed that one. Pawson clearing out. A 2-2 ball game inside of 2 minutes. And Richards has just thrown that one straight away. Don't hit my laptop, boys. Video processing. Our previous games, OT game here in our first men's in the women's competition. So the Spartans in a tight one against an extremely competitive women's game against Hobart. Meanwhile, the Glenorchy Spartans winning their undefeated through the restart, undefeated all season, losing their first game to the Grenadiers in what was an interesting men's match up there as well. Meanwhile, our men's doubleheader is underway here. Turnovers back and forth here by both clubs. Pawson to Stratsma has Clapsis in support, goes up and under on the defence. That foul there on Dave, and he'll go to the line for 2. Three-man ref crew for the first time this season. Connor Westwood, that is our Woolcock brother. There's Joe Ordom, one of the twins, and Dave Farmer's our senior referee. Both Connor and Dave having refed at NBL 1 level. Joe, one of our senior, young but senior local referees. Robbie Inches with the ball, both of those fall at the foul line. Kings tonight wanting to get back on board. A bit of pressure from the Grenadiers. They've won 3 of their last 4. The Kings are going to need to win to really make third position a contest. Pass to Hargrave at the elbow. He goes inside, loses the handle. And that one out of bounds. That'll be Kings' ball. Corey Davey coaching there. Young bench. Reserves injured for Hobart. That's Adrian Gusti, the assistant. State player Luke Brown out with injury. He missed his junior carnival this season, obviously due to the pandemic. Strathmore inside off the glass, gets a finish there. Meanwhile, that's young Will Ferguson in the middle there, the black and grey and the grey. Jack Howlett, he's played a couple of senior minutes this year. As Dwayne gets inside, a rare offensive look for him. Solid finish nonetheless. 2-point ball game, 6-4. Again, men's doubleheader here. SBL action, round 9. Richards. Skip pass there to Bain Shepherd. He's been very consistent. He knocks that one down. The Kings home crowd, always an advantage here, down here at the Sports Centre. Getting colder by the minute as we get later and later into the night. Inches to Masunda, who in turn gives over to Hargrave. Callum Boucher, no Lockie tonight. Strong talks that he is done for the season. Injury or otherwise, I'm not sure. That's good shoulder fake and finish there, a la Kawhi Leonard. NBA playoffs bound as well, something a lot of these young guys would be aspiring to. Robbie Inches gets to the spot, takes a contact, doesn't matter. Pawson, 3, no good. Over the back there, Stratsman gets that one easily on Inches. Richards with the ball fake, wants to get inside, skip past Pawson, skip past Stratsma. NBL trio combining, can't get a finish. Hargrave skying for the rebound. One of the best rebounders at local level. Certainly a solid reserve at the moment, potentially looking to start for the Chargers in the near future at NBL 1 level. Robbie Inch's signature shot there, not taken. Dwayne Davey, another offensive look. He's working his way inside, gets another easy look, and he's shouldering the offensive load early. Bit of anything you can do, I can do better. His brother Corey with a smile, and brother Joel there, waiting to get into the game. A handy player himself, a former Chargers player. Stratsman with a rebound. And that playing that combo 4-5 the last 18 months for the Kings has really changed and given him a new dynamic to his game. 11-8 our scoreline. And the Kings starting off strong. This is what they need to build momentum. Meanwhile, Hobart solidifying themselves, hopefully, as one of the two leading contenders for the championship. Low block fadeaway there by Hargrave. Mullet waving in the wind. That's a bullet pass to Pawson. He's going inside. Good defence there by Davey. Robbie Inch is hitting the deck. He's up and about. He's fine. Wanting contact, not there. Inches needs to watch out. He's been extending, even in his veteran role, extending his range. He loves that mid-range shot just inside the three-point line. Long two, a favour of his. Cowboucher got to shoot it, does. Long, good. Hargrave with a big shot. And the Kings coach heading to the bench. That's back-to-back offensive possessions with great success for Hobart. That's Pawson with a three. Couldn't get the answer. Stratsma fights with that. And they've called a jump ball there. Boucher aggressively fighting for that. And a timeout is being called. That is a timeout to the Kings. 11-13 to start this one. And what is looking like a very back and forth contest. Other side of the floor. 28-18 inside the second quarter. Wolves taking on the Kings. You would have to imagine the Wolves will come away with a win there. Defeated the Kings by 59 points in their previous encounter. As we mentioned earlier tonight, the Grenadiers snapping the undefeated streak of the Glenorchy Spartans. The Spartans with their worst offensive efficient performance tonight. As we go to our app to have a look, final score 86-74. Grenadiers out shooting them 11-8 from deep, 23-19 from 2-point range, even though the Spartans managed to get to the line a bit more. Leading the way, Matty Young with 25, Sam Ewell with 22, 15 from Tim Peterson, Alex Bestwick chipping in with 12. Meanwhile for the Spartans, 27 from Jack Stanwicks, 18 from Liam Smith, 15 from Cal Barker. Single digits to Nick Barker, Boyd Heather and Connor Smith in our women's game as we quickly browse over. 84-82 in OT. Summary there, the Spartans leading 28-20, 2-pointers made 10-4, 3-pointers made, and the Spartans getting it done at the line. Leading the way there as we quickly browse over, 30 points to Sarah O'Neill, 18 to Kate Berry, 15 to Erin Butler. Meanwhile for the Phoenix, another 45-point outing for Shana Thompson, back-to-back 45-point outings for her. Meanwhile, Alex Spinlayson chipping in with 13. Trapped down low. Dwayne Davies got 6 points in this one. He's nearly doubled his total season points at the moment. He has been the offensive threat, surprisingly. 2 basket lead. Caleb Nash into this one early. Ian Badanack in as well. Stripped off, hands foul called. All three refs have seen it. Dwayne Davies thought he got away with one there. 3:46 remaining here in the first quarter. Men's back-to-back action tonight. Grenadiers getting the win over the Spartans in our first game. Meanwhile, Hobart leading by 4 in this one over the Kings as Elijah Pawson heads to the line. And Pawson, the leading scorer for the Kings this year, thought he was going to be reasonably relieved from ball handling duties this year. However, Ambrose Augusta, after playing a couple of games, has moved on. Headed interstate for some job opportunities during this pandemic. Hargrave likes a long two. Missed that one. Inches fighting to get that one. Thrown off the leg. Masunda turns blindly into the ball. Dribble penetration. Gets through. Pawson needs to get out of the way. Hargrave battling for that one. Contact, doesn't matter. Claps us round the back. Drop down to Stratsma. Maybe does late. Gets the defence in the air. And that's a good finish by the Kings. We're back to 1 point. 14-15 in favour of Hobart. This game turning into a close one. Corey Davey on the sidelines. Again, limited rotations here for Hobart. Joel Davey seems to be the only man in uniform that could potentially take the floor. Robbie Inches, the veteran, one of the most senior players in this league, versus Caleb Nash, who's certainly one of the fresher faces in this league. Father Mark and grandfather Ron standing on the sidelines, watching the young man. The timeout has been taken by Hobart. 3:03 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 15-14. Not on the floor. It's 31-22, 6:29 remaining in the second quarter. 60-plus point per game average for the three-pronged attack with Brown, Collins and Roberts. We'll see how they perform there. And a very interesting timeout here by Corey Davey. I think he's going to try and get Joel into the lineup. And we'll see what sort of effect we can have there. Again, men's doubleheader action live. Well, not live, Jesus. I'm recording it live. I'm not commentating on it on delay. I'm commentating that live. Kingborough Sports Centre, court number 1, our men's doubleheader. As Hobart look to assert themselves at number 2 on the ladder. Meanwhile, the Kings are now going to be in a big battle in the back half of the season for that third spot, along with the Grenadiers, who are 3 of their last 4. And the ball in the back court, the ball to the right of the screen would suggest it's Hobart. It is, and that's Joel Davey. Last time this man was seen in Kingston, he was hitting a half-court shot for a few $100. Won't be for any bucks tonight, but he might hit a few big bombs. A key offensive piece when he needs to be. Masunda flick pass down to Callum Boucher. Good handles. Loses that. He's got Pawson away. He's going up strong. Finishes that nicely. Boucher not wanting the chase down. He's not happy with himself. And the Kings now out to a 1-point lead. 16-15. Back and forth action. And based on the pace we're seeing at the moment, could be a well-contested game. Boucher guarded by Pawson. He's not going to be liking that too much. Joel Davey, skip pass. Not there. Hargrave wants to go inside. Davey, mid-range jumper. Probably need an extra foot and a half on that, and he's gone in. He's just cleaned up Stratzma there. Foul is there. I think that one was pretty obvious. I think he knows he committed that one. We're just going to compensate that. That's just a regular foul there. Substitution, Pawson and Claps is heading out. Richards and Shepherd heading back in. Nash and Badnack in with Stratzma as well. Inbounds play. Richards gets that screen from Badnack. Davey gets out on that early though. Badnack wanted it inside, didn't see it that way. Stratzma, Davey anticipating well, looking fairly fresh for a guy who hasn't been on the court for almost 2 years. And there's a bloke that just looks quick whether he's been on the court or not. Good hesitation dribble, out to Davey, out to Boucher. Boucher hesitation, wants to get inside. Doesn't have any support though. Does now in Hargrave. No one closes out on him. Takes that long 2 instead, misses that one. And the Kings battle there for the rebound. Shepherd with the ball. We've got less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Stratzman's going to slow down, pull up, stop, pop, lock. Rebound. We'll reset again. Let's see what we can do. That's better. Good replay. Caleb Nash with the rebound and the assist. And this one's out to 4 points now, 19-15. And the Kings just creating a bit of the buffer. Hobart having already made a comeback this year, albeit I do believe against the Kings. They're not going to want to have to repeat that, but if they need to, they will. Joel Davey doesn't mind that one. Gives to Boucher, who gets down low nicely. Elevates for the fadeaway, misses that one. Cleared out there by Shepherd. He's got Tiri Masunda on him as a matchup that no man, certainly in this state, wants to look at. Stratzma settles, back-to-back threes, has missed that one. Caleb Nash getting inside, can't get that batter. Nash just going straight over the top of Robbie Inches and gets that one. Good hustle early by young Nash, who's getting in amongst the action early. Hargrave now with the ball. It's out to 6 points. 21-15. Robbie Inches wanting to get in on the game. So is Masunda. Those handles helping him create some space in the mid-range. Nails it. Terry having performed to an MVP level such a long time. Certainly a valuable asset to the Hobart squad, who took away the title last year, as I mentioned in our last broadcast. That foul there, is that going to be another one on Davey? It is on Davey. That's his second off the bench. 35.6 remaining. Dan Masunda playing a key role in the last two grand final wins. Spartans in 2018 and Hobart in 2019. Stratsman now with the ball, screened off by Richards. They roll out to him. Richo's been quiet. It's going to want to make that one, and does. The Kings are coming up firing, as we know they can. A lot of size and length. Good mix of youth, and while not experience in years, certainly experience when it comes to... Now, we're going to want to get across here. How many seconds? That was a very long time. Masunda getting the leeway there. Kick pass, that one's knocked out of bounds. That'll be Hobart ball, 6 seconds remaining. Going to want a sub here. No subs have been cancelled. 6 remaining on the shot clock, 8.9 remaining here in the first quarter, 24-17. Hobart with the ball, Masunda screened there by Inches. He's double teamed, but he takes the long two and just missed that one, nearly a goal chance. Fighting for the ball, it hit the ring. Hargrave fouled. No good, going for the 3. Nash didn't feel there was contact. That one's on the arm. And Hargrave will go to the line to end this quarter. No line up for 3 free throws. A bit of awareness there from Hargrave. We'll see what he can do here. 23 on his back, no pressure. Steps in, gets the first. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, nearly at half time, 36-13 in that one. Makes the second. Make this one for a 4-point game. Heading into quarter time. 3 of 3 from the line. That'll be a confidence boost for him. At quarter time, it's 24-20. And the Kings have a nice lead here. Second quarter about to get underway here. 4-point game to the Kings, who are going to the left of screen. 24-20 our scoreline. Caleb Nash runs off the screen there, gets the 45, gives it down to Richards now. He's getting ready to head to college. And I tell you what, he's going to be ready to get on defence here. Masunda battling, that'll be a foul. If there's a man that's always in game shape, it's this man right here. Good inbounds pass there, Davey, Inches. That's a combination that's been called through any one of the brothers. And obviously Robbie himself. Masunda, hesitation, gets inside, good eyes, kicks that out. It's come straight over to us. Green line is the call, green line is the ball. We're 30 seconds into this first quarter, no score. Back and forth. Bit of reckless abandon with all offences. Badnack rolls inside, doesn't matter. Shepherd gets the ball. He's been good. Solid player. Stripped away by Masunda. That one goes out of bounds. Some clear contact there. Substitution. Claps was coming in. He wanted that at the end of the second quarter. Didn't get it as young Caleb Nash heads out after a solid contribution. 38-33 on the other side of the floor. In what has been a interesting matchup. The Wolves having won their first match-up against the Kings last time they met by 59. However, the return to play saw the Kings beating the Southern Wolves by 25 points. We'll get to that one a little later. Meanwhile, over here on court 1, screen there by Masunda. Wanted someone to come up, does, gets Davey. 24-20, he gives to Robbie Inches. He's extended to the 3-line, certainly this season. Masunda losing concentration. 12 seconds, gives to Davey. There's that signature move, kick out, Inches, long 2, no good. Badnack gets the rebound. He's been cleaning glass a lot here for the Kings so far on the restart. Right, former Hobart Charger Fraser Garrick, but it wasn't. Down to Badnack. He gets inside. Badnack having one of his better offensive outings so far. It's out to 6 points now, 26-20. The Kings trying to find some form again. Hobart wanting to try and do something here. He gets inside, kicks out to Davey. Dwayne, that is, wasn't expecting it. Robbie Inches long too. He's on song, and that is not a good sign if you are a Kings player. Collapses, sets the defence off, gives to Badanack. He rolls inside, misses that one, boxed out by Davey, who gives to Masunda in turn. Opposite side, 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Round 9 double header. Masunda on the floater, and that's good. Working his way in, substitution here. Pawson comes in for Noah Stratzma. 26-24, this to make it a 1 point ball game. Masunda finding form again on the other side of the floor now. 35-38, a 3 point ball game. Someone's going to eat their words here if they are not careful on the result. We'll see what happens there. 1 point ball game at the moment, 26-25. Pawson pulling up across the mid-range. Missed that one. Davey over the back. Knocks it to Pawson. Unsuspecting collapses. They've left Badanack inside by himself. He's missed the second opportunity. Third time is a charm. Has a laugh at himself. Getting those offensive rebound stats up. Not that we keep them. 28-25. And you can hear the Kingston crowd and players going absolutely bat cheese on the other side. Self-censoring. They are going off on the other side. And it's not for this Masunda 3. Actually went a lot quieter when it went in. That's a tie ball game. Bat cheese. Didn't think I'd censor myself like that anytime soon. Half-time whistle goes over there. We'll have a look. Pawson to Richards, meanwhile, over here has missed that. Joel Davey thought he was pushed in the back. Doesn't matter. Masunda works his way in. Looked as if he stepped out of bounds. No referee to see it. Robbie Inches dumped down. Hargrave had Joel Davey. Doesn't matter. Goes himself. Misses. Badanack clears that out, and they get away with one there. The Kings. Passes there to Shepherd, who's late on the catch. Doesn't matter. Makes it. A shake of the head from the Hobart bench. Inches getting down the floor now. Masunda. Isolation. Those handles and that footwork. Wayne Shepherd's just absolutely put Joel Davey out of the way. Physically told him where to go. Down to Dwayne Davey. He's got 8 points in this one, Dwayne. His highest scoring outing so far. And we've got a tie ball game once again, 30 all. Hardog and Woods to come into this for the Kings. They've asked for the substitution. Neither of them had asked it by the looks of it. Klapsis wants that corner, doesn't matter, gives to Badanack. He's getting inside and scoring. They need a big answer here. 32-30, now it's on the right side. Dwayne Davey with that fall down jumper, didn't think about taking it. Robbie Inches long too, that's good. Tie ball game once again. As we just walk wherever you want, boys, that's the way. Thank you very much. Badanack will go to the line for two. Just quickly on the other side of the floor, 38-39, if I'm reading that correctly. That is in favour of the Kings. I want confirmation on that, but that is in favour of the Kings. And believable it is not. Dialogue there between the referees. Dwayne Davey gets the rebound. Defence and rebounding. He's actually played an offensive hand here. Robbie Inch is getting up the floor as quick as any young guard in the league. Foul shots missed, 32 all. Hargrave wanting to give a go. Boucher's back on the floor. Indecisive. Goes inside. Takes the contact off the glass. Good finish. Lovely finish there by Cal Boucher. 5:35 remaining. Hobart have taken the lead in this one by 2. Klapsis there. Playing ball handling duties. Him and Shepherd. Hardog gets a screen there. Richards on the side. Doesn't matter. Hardog's out. Didn't get a clean catch on that one. Badanack, he's had a lot of the play. Palms the ball. Goes up off the glass. That is a big man's move. Ian Badanack playing the game of his life. We've got a tie ball game. We're halfway through the second quarter. This one's tight. That'll be a hands on the waist there from Pawson. And we have a timeout now. Timeout to the Kings. We'll pan over here slowly. 5:11 here remaining in the first half. And we have a tie ball game, 34 apiece to Kings and the Phoenix. Heading back in from our timeout, 34 apiece. Meanwhile, it is definitely changing on the other side of the floor. 43-41, only a 2-point ball game to the Wolves, who were down at the half. Boucher now with the ball. This one's a tight one as well. He's going inside, dumped down to Dwayne Davey. Double digits for Dwayne Davey. He's having a career game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to clip the highlights together and send through to him. Claps us inside, took the contact. We go to the line for two. .36 our scoreline. Referee's very generous with their angling for us. First one's in. Clear line on this one. Claps us for the second to tie the game again. He's missed that one. Hartog trying for it. Along with Woods, doesn't make that one. Inches down the far side. He's got the hot hand in Davey in support. He gives it to him. He won't try that one though. Gives to Masunda. He gets a hot hand anytime he wants. Inches. Couldn't get the handle. Gets inside, Robbie. Can't make that one. Shortest man on the floor. No contact there. Just can't get through. Hardog out to Clapses. Wants Richards in support. Gets him screens. Looking for some more support there in Hardog, the big fella. Not needed. They float out. Richards one out in the low block. Skip past Woods. Loves a shot. Takes a shot. Makes the shot. And the Kings bench is up and about. Masunda wanting to put some ice on that though. 38-36. The Kings head back out by two. Hargrave, a couple of hard bounces, gives to Dwayne Davey, wanting to go inside. What's a pass option? Gives it to Cow Boucher. Thread the needle somewhere. Inches, that was hot and heavy and missed. And Geordie Hargrave misses easy up and under. Or contested up and under, I should say. Robbie Inches just leaving the body there, got away with it. And that one there on Clapses. And we've got an unsportsmanlike foul. And that'll be a one-shot penalty. Hargrave going to the line. Trying to make it a 1-point ball game. 3:49 remaining here in the first half. Action next curtain there. Hargrave makes that one drop. 46-43 on the other side. 3-point ball game to the Wolves. 2-shot penalty. Thank you, Callum. He makes the second. That squares this one up. Does it square it up? Thought that squared it. It does. There we go. 14 on the shot clock. 3:49 remaining in the first half. Dwayne Davey on the inbounds. Double-digit scoring for him tonight. An uncharacteristic offensive night for him. Masunda wants some action, doesn't get it. Joel Davey on the bench. He had 2 first-quarter fouls. They can't afford to lose a rotation. Boucher fading. No good there. Hargrave just out-rebounded by Richards. Hawson on the break. Tie ball game once again. Hesitation dribble inside by Pawson. No finish. Gets his own rebound though. Cleans up the work. And Hobart are starting to get frustrated. Not able to get a run and not able to get a stop. Hargrave loses the handle. Foul there. That will send them to the line. Sorry, a timeout there to Hobart. 40-38 our scoreline. 3:19 remaining in the first half. Yes, I know. I appreciate that. Like a bit of social media banter to keep the broadcast alive and kicking. Meanwhile, Hobart in the penalty. Hargrave going to the line. Talking some smack to his own teammates. Not that we can see him shit the ball. And he's made the free throw. He's been very accurate at line tonight, Geordie. Dom slowly steps out of the way. That's Dom Wilcock, along with Dave Farmers. Connor Westwood. Hargrave makes another one. Substitution on the shooter. He comes out. Joel Davey comes in. Now he made both. He has made both. The clock is live and we're good to go. Tie ball game once again. Back and forth action in both men's and women's games tonight. The tightest round of action we've had. Joel Davies. That's another one. That is another foul on Joel Davey. He's come straight into the game and if he's not careful, he'll go straight back out of the game. That's 3 fouls to Joel Davey on return. Dwayne Davey on the box. 42-40 our scoreline. Strathman to convert the N1. Make this one just a little more interesting. Up in the air he flies and he's made that one. A 3-point margin here. Sunda just pondering. Ever so slowly pondering. It's Dwayne Davey now with the ball. He's in double-digit points. And that is an offensive foul. That is 4 fouls on Joel Davey. And they've called the substitution. They've got to get Joel out of this game. Joel's out. That's 4 on Joel. He's not happy with it. That is 4 fouls on each team and 4 fouls on Joel Davey. Joel Davey will sit, one would suggest, most of the second quarter. Motion offense here for the Kings. They're just going to try and ride this wave. And Hobart all of a sudden are down on their rotations. Robbie Inch is backing in with a steal. Good hustle there. He's got Dwayne in support. Give and go there, Robbie Inches. Hargrave back in as soon as he sat down. Gave himself a bit of a spell, needed to. And that has been an offense. Is that an offensive call? We're just going to assess here. Dave Farmer's having called the offensive foul. We're just going to have a look and see what's going on. That is a push on the Kings after confirmation with referee Westwood. So they'll go to the line, the Phoenix, instead for 2. It's be Dwayne Davey at the line. He's had 10 points so far on an offensive high for him. A rare offensive high for him, I must also say. Takes the shot, makes the shot. That's 11 for Dwayne. 11 of their 41. An uncharacteristic offensive high for him. In the low cut, Jordans. Squares, fires, shoots. That's good. That's a dozen to Dwayne Davey at the half. Started, albeit late. Nonetheless, we're off and going. Pawson for three. Bang! Nice step back. It's back out to 4 points. Nearly just over 2 minutes remaining. Hargrave gets the ball. Stratsma on him. He drives inside. Needs to be physical with his intent. Was missed. Nonetheless, it's a 4-point ball game. Kick to Richards. Drop down to Klapsis. Kick pass. Shepherd gets the defender in the air. He goes inside. Up and under and scores that. The Kings have found a new lease on life against the Hobart side that currently has its only reserve, sitting on 4 fouls before the half. Less than 100 seconds remaining here in the first half. Dwayne Davey, to the surprise of what would nearly be everyone, with a dozen points. That'll be a hands foul. That'll be 2 shots. Hobart going to the line again. Other side of the floor, 55-48. The Wolves keeping that one interesting. We're hearing no Taylor Roberts tonight, which has certainly squared the ledger on this one. We're just getting a bit of a look there. Can the mop boy please head to court 1? Baseline of court 1, thank you. Nonetheless, inside of 100 seconds here in the first half of this game. 48-42, a 6-point ball game. And what has been an interesting first half of events. Robbie Inches makes that one. Both him and Masunda have been hot and cold. Hargrave attacking the glass. Boucher not happy with himself. Joel Davey has 4 fouls. It's not even half time. And Corey Davey, who's the coach, I should say. Dwayne Davey has a dozen points. Yes, you heard that correctly. Dwayne Davey has a dozen points. Pawson going inside, spins off Masunda. Some aerial acrobatic work, gets that to fall. Everything the Kings touch at this point is turning to gold, and the half-time break can't come quick enough for the Phoenix. 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. Inches wanting to get something out of this, gives to Hargrave, who's guarded by Stratsma. Not guarded close enough, not enough to make a move. Here's Masunda. He's going to have a big second half. Working Shepherd over. Hesitation down to Dwayne Davey. Again, has a dozen. Cow Boucher squares up. 3. Looked good from the time he let go of it. We're back down to 3 points now. 50-47. A minute going on here in the first. Klapsis uses the hand effectively. Gets free of the defender. Richards now with the ball. Klapsis there wanting a screen. Gets it from Stratsma. No roll. Gets the double team. Gets inside. Hand on the waist. And that'll be an and one opportunity. Boucher's not happy with that one. But it's all going the way of the Kings here, who are verging in on a half-dozen point lead heading in. 62-48. It's blowing out to 14 on the other side. Again, no Taylor Roberts here for the Wolves tonight. Kings proving to be a bit of a bogey team here or there for the Wolves, nonetheless, getting over the hump tonight. Trying to convert an M1 opportunity here is Klapsis for the Kings. One-handed free throw essentially makes that one. 6-point ball game. Inside 40 seconds here for Hobart. Wanting to get in on the baseline. They can't. Dwayne Davey's a viable option there. That one's batted out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock. Heading into the half here. Back-to-back of a men's double header. So the Spartans suffer their first loss all season. Through 9 games now. They are 5-1, I do believe, or 6-1. 6-1, I believe, now through the season. Hargrave, never seen a shot he didn't like. Took that one. That one's high off the extension. They couldn't get that one to fall. And the Kings are wanting to extend this one out by at least 8 heading into the half. No shot clock required. As Pawson will isolate now with the ball. 12 seconds remaining. What are the Kings going to do? They've got Stratsma in support. They've got Richards. They've got Klapsis. They've got Shepherd. And they've got Pawson. He's got to make a move now. Takes the mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound, batted away. Masunda's got 1 second. Takes that from half court. No good. And at half-time, we've got a 6-point ball game. 53-47 to the Kings. And Hobart could be in all sorts. Second half underway. No, we're not. Oh, are we about to? What are we doing? Okay, now we're good. Right, second half underway, 53-47. Last quarter has started on the other side there, 63-51. Again, no Taylor Roberts has proven a big difference in this one. Robbie Inches now with the ball. Again, Dwayne Davey, 12 points. 12 points that I don't think anyone expected. Clapsis hits the deck. Davey gets inside easily. A flop warning given there to Clapsis. And we'll see what goes on there. Pawson with the handles inside. Gets Davey off his case and nails the fadeaway jumper. Back to 6. Again, Hobart facing a bit of a challenge here, one that I suspect they were not ready for. Dwayne Davey. Again, big story of the second half. Fade away by Masunda, no good from the mid-range. Nearly taken away by Boucher. Joel Davey on the bench, out of retirement. Here as a reserve. Pawson, no good. Masunda with a rebound. 4 fouls in the first half. So Hobart's only viable rotation, in fact their only rotation, is currently sitting out of this one. And if he gets back in, could very well be back on the pine again. Callum Boucher with the ball. To Geordie. To Boucher again, who nails the mid-range. Back to 4 points. And the intent of Hobart needs to be there early, otherwise this one could blow out very quickly. Shepherd from Clapsis wants Richards, gets him down the low block, getting ready to go to college in the States. Drop step, up, under, round the rim, no good, went for his own rebound. And he'll go to the line for 2. Cow Boucher is not happy. Hargrave trying. Foul called on the offensive putback there for Richards. Shout out to referees who give us space to film. Appreciate that. Richards takes the first and nearly misses everything. Deplorable effort from the youngster. 68-57 on the other side, 11-point ball game. Meanwhile, that one goes round the rim. 0 from 2 from Richards. A wasted opportunity there. However, Hobart can't gather. A chance to reset here for the Kings. Pawson gets on the low block. Step back 3. No. Yes, it is good. Legs and arms everywhere. But that one is good. We're out to 7 points. Inches wanted a 2. Looked a 3 from me. Masunda with the pass. 14 points to Dwayne Davey. Again, no one would have picked that. Some will ask why I emphasise that. Look at his point total before this game and after it. Oh, the pump fake inside, up inside. He's missed that one. Certainly took everyone else by surprise. Clapsis has the flop warning on him. Any unnecessary theatrics now, and that will be adjudged to be a technical. Inside of 2 minutes now, 7-point ball game, 58-51. Then Westwood, Wilcock and Farmers, our refereeing crew. That pass out there to Shepherd. That's a long 3. That's good. They are not happy with that. And we are out to 10 points here for the Kings. So that battle for 3rd and 4th is just hotting up a fair bit here. Boucher wants to respond and does. Heavy-handed shot there, back to 7. Just over 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. This game certainly a long way behind the other game on the opposite floor, due to an overtime game which saw the Glenorchy Spartans beat a Kiley-less. Another 3 from Shepherd. They are on fire. That Kings bench and crowd is up and about. Back to 10 points. Corey Davies not happy. Masunda wants to do something about it and does. Very quiet in the first half by his standards. Hobart wanting to show some intent here. Back down to 8 points. Stratsman with the ball. That's a 3. It's just starting to rain here in Kingston, and we are indoors. An 11-point ball game now. and Hobart are going to need something. Masunda taking it into his hands, wants to give and go. Wanted again, Davey drops down inside, takes the defender. Masunda, mid-range, missed that one. One more three here from the Kings, and you might sense a timeout coming. Shepherd there, goes inside, up and under. Goaltend. And the Kings are up and about here, and the timeout has been called by Hobart. They've seen enough. 69-56 here. The Kings are bouncing back into this one nicely, and Hobart has some talking to do. Back out of the timeout. Broadcast sponsored by the canteen of the Sports Centre. Janelle and Beth working the desk tonight, doing a wonderful job. Doing a wonderful job as well of the Kings. So is Robbie Inches on that jumper there. 69-58, back to 11 points. And we've had a shot clock issue there. 69-58 our issue. 73-59 on the other side. Under 5 remaining in the fourth quarter there. Might be worth scouting that one. Any of the women's teams that's seen it. Claps a strip there on the drive, gets it back. Misses that one too. Oh, a good drop down there by Boucher. Pete Stone going off in the crowd. We'll get more of that later. Inches, classic handles. Wanted the finish, doesn't get it. Dwayne Davey getting a rebound there, and Robbie's giving it straight back to the Kings. 11-point game. Just over 5 remaining here in the third term. Again, this game on delay. Stratsma inside, kick out. Pawson, no good. Rebound by Bain Shepherd. Wanted contact, got his own rebound. Wanted the pass inside, doesn't matter. Taken away by Masunda. He's on a break. Hesitation dribble from Klapsis. He goes to throw that one up and he'll go to the line for 2. Makes the first substitution. Caleb Nash coming back into this one. Joel Davey on the floor, warning there. I know, sub not allowed. No, of course it's in the middle of shots. This isn't the QBA. That one's missed. Taken away by Klapsis, goes round the back, gets away from Boucher, takes a contact, goes down. Pawson up, under, good. Solid finish there. And this is really frustrating Hobart at the moment. 71-59, they are low on numbers. Hargraves out there stretching, trying not to cramp. He's played big minutes so far. Boucher now with the ball, looking for an option, doesn't have it. Gives to Davey, give and go. He catches that, misses that one. Taken away by Stratsma on the glass. Richo works his way around the refs, comes past the broadcast. Bain Shepherd looking to fight through that. Klapsis now with the ball. They're trying to move people. Richo's going to post up. Stratsma, oh, he's open. Good! And the Kings are just getting louder and louder and louder. This is a 15-point ball game. 74-59. Masunda, that mid-range jumper, Robbie's specialty, signature Robbie inches. 13-point ball game. Strathmore ahead of the D, so he thought. Masunda intercepts that one. Good read of the D. Going to blow by us here. Anticipated the camera action a bit too much. Mid-range jumper, that's good too. And the timeout now by the Kings, who are just not happy with how things are going. It's a 13-point game. Thought that was close to 11. Nonetheless, 13-point ball game. Back in now, 4:19 in the third quarter. I've been reminded again by the refs we are behind, but you can't help that in a OT game prior. 74-63 our scoreline. It's 11 points. Hobart needing to do some work here. Joel Davey with a 4 foul. 4 fouls, he can't afford to give one away. Jacob Richards from the car park. He shot that from west side circle. Davey, Boucher, no good. Davey looking for a rebound, that's come off his fingers. They'll go out of bounds. 14-point ball game once again. If the Kings get any further out in front here, it could be all over Red Rover, but we've seen the Phoenix come back. There's Richards. Too long, no good. Taken away by Boucher. Taken away by Richards to Badnack. Back to Richards, giving it away. Masunda on the layup, got an easy one there, makes that. Crucial turnover, could be the start of something. Nash to Strathmore. He's in along with Badnack. That one's gone to me. Just wheel that one out of the way. As we come across there. Ronnie, you've joined us. Would you like to... We've still got 3 and a bit left in this quarter and then the final. If we set up a mic, do you want to help me on the last?
Yeah, I can have you on the last. I just need to go see Scott for a second, mate. So, yeah, I just got to sort out, there was an issue in the last game.
Okay, we'll leave that one with Ronnie. Ronnie having ref 2 reserves games tonight. He's bounced back over here. He'll wait for play to pass. There's Strathmore for 3, no good. Nash and Pawson fighting for that. Ronnie gets up and under. Good work there by the young fella. Skip pass. Pawson, 3. Bang! They are on fire. This is 15 points now. And just when they need a basket, who are you going to call? Usually Masunda, but it didn't happen. Ronnie will be here with us in the last quarter, having had 2 big games tonight. Helping out Ronnie, a former Seabull referee. Still reffing locally when required. When he's not behind the camera or taking photos or on the mic or in front. Foul there on Richards. Had to be called. 3:08 remaining in the third. Hargrave, no good. Both fighting with a rebound. They've called the offensive. The offensive foul there. I thought they signalled 5. I was going to say, Robbie Inch is sitting on the bench. And I don't believe he's fouled out. I'm hoping he's not fouled out. If he has fouled out, I have not picked up on that. Inside 3 minutes of the third, 80-65, and the Kings look like they're going to blow this one out. Pawson for another 3. Bang! This is the shooting stroke we talk about with the Kings. When they are hot, they are the best shooting team, arguably, in the entire south of the state. But when they're off, they couldn't hit the side of a barn with a wheat bucket. Masunda for three has missed that one. Badanac fighting with a rebound. That one's off Davey. And Jack Howlett, they're digging into their reserves. Howlett, who I did not think would play tonight, is making key rotations. And they're expecting Caleb Nash to do a little bit here on this matchup. And we'll see what comes of it. Meanwhile, Pawson down the floor. Just going to try and get a final scoreline over there. No, that's been erased. We'll check that out shortly. Pawson inside, gets his own rebound, misses that one. Tipped away, Badanac gets to his fingertips. Gives to Richards for him to settle. Pawson relocates. Nearly loses the handle, does a little bit, gets it back to Boucher. Wanted that drop down pass, it was there. Getting a bit too fancy. This one at 18 points. It would take a miracle. Substitution's been called. We'll set your mic up for you in a moment, Ronnie.
I'll change tactics.
No worries. Probably not a good idea to look like we've got 4 refs on the game or 1 on the call. Robbie Inches now with the ball. Hobart down by 18. Couldn't buy a bucket if it was for sale at a hardware store. There's a prime example. Inches with the rebound. Bodied there. They roll around with the ball and the jump ball's been called. The Kings are working very hard on this. This will go the other way. That'll be Daniel Hardog coming in. Been getting some rotational minutes the last couple of weeks. The Stratsma heads out. He's had a big contribution in this one. Welcomed by Nyhouse and Elroy Shepherd. Woods with the black jacket on. He's made a couple of shots. He won't be doing much more until the end of this one. To put this out to 20 or plus points here for the Kings. Caleb Nash was open, didn't take it. Hardog's open for 3. Bit too long there as Masunda clears with the ball. Again, digging deep into their reserves, Hobart. Masunda on a slashing drive, good finish. Jack Howlett into the game. Cannot confirm whether... What have we got there? We've got a shot clock issue. If Ronnie just passes me the end of his lead there, I can hook him in over this side as he sorts himself out. And we'll sort you out. Channel 1 to input 1. I turn myself off. Ronnie live. Ronnie, a bit of a blowout for your squad at the moment. 16 points. They've dug deep into the reserves. Joel Davey into this one. He's played limited minutes. You are on. I have checked that.
Yeah, beauty.
There we go. And yeah, just an off night for the Phoenix. Meanwhile, the Kings, after a 3-week slump, seem to be hitting everything they take.
Yeah, absolutely, JB. I think with the Kingston team, they're a really tight-knit group. It's a young group. It's an enthusiastic group. And I think, over time, this team is starting to show results. And tonight we're seeing that right now. They're up, 16 here with a minute 20 to go in the third. So they've done a hell of a job so far tonight, JB.
Yes, doing a big job there. Everyone getting involved. You'd actually be surprised to hear, Ronnie, that we've got 14 points out of Dwayne Davey tonight. He's essentially been the most consistent, or in the first half particularly, was the most consistent. As Caleb Nash goes in for his little laugh, he's missed that one, but Dwayne Davey with 14 points tonight would probably shock most viewers. Yeah,
it does. Dwayne's not known for that. He's more known for what was a turnover here, JB.
Yeah, turnover here. We'll get back to that in a second. Skip Shepherd wants that one, fakes it out. Badanac wants to go inside, gets the contact with Inches. And he'll go to the line for 2, 42.1 remaining.
So I'll just come back to that point there. Dwayne's more known for his defensive purposes rather than his offensive purposes. So to see him, score 14, in 3 quarters of basketball is a very solid contribution to the team right now. I can only... Shepard's not happy down there on the bench,
bit of frustration there.
Frustration, but good to see he's stepping up tonight.
It's anyone that's seen Dwayne's point totals prior to this will be shell-shocked at the effort he's put in. Masunda with a quiet night. They've been trying to generate some offence here, Hobart. Haven't been able to get much going. Everyone a very quiet night by their own standards. Boucher inside. There's that pattern fadeaway he's been aiming for all night. Nailed half of them, but just haven't hit enough of them. Inside 24 seconds here. The Kings will settle for 1. And the NBL 1-3 of Stratsma Richards taken away by Masunda. And they'll settle for 1, but nearly loses the handle.
It's good.
Nearly loses an eye on the ball.
It's good to see Noah Strassman competing here right to the very end on that. That was great work.
Yes, the three NBL 1 players of Richards, Pawson and Strathmore have done their job tonight, and that's certainly a big factor here. Not inches, Masunda, I should say, nails that one. 5 seconds remaining. Woods down the floor. Going to want to make a pass. Gives to Nash. He's going to work his way inside. Gives to Hartog. That one will not count. They've waved that one off. No good. That was just after the buzzer. 84-70. 14 points our scoreline. Hobart can do it. Whether they will is another question, and we'll be back with you with the last after this. Last quarter underway here, Ronnie. 14 points. We've seen Hobart make big comebacks this year. You can't really rule them out. But, there we go, he'll go to the line for two. But can you necessarily rule them in on the form they've had tonight?
I would say that I wouldn't rule them out. I think experience will play handy here in this last quarter for Phoenix. I'll be interested to see how this young Kingston team are able to hold on to a margin like this and see if they can close the game out.
Hargrave undefeated at the line tonight. Needs to keep that aggression, makes that one. We will thank the referees for that. They are very considerate with their angling. Hargrave makes the second, yes. Connor Westwood, very considerate. He's learnt over the last 2 years to keep his space and allow us to film a little easier, but doesn't affect his refereeing, Ronnie. No,
he does a good job, Connor. Westwood, like all our referees do in the league.
Strathmore, bang!
It's a big three by the youngster. Good to see him knocking that shot with confidence.
As normal, the Kingston bench up and about, and that is not the response that Hobart wanted or needed. They don't get the offence they wanted there. Dwayne Davey with 14, uncharacteristic. There's that kick and drive that he's so good at. Hargrave round the defender, bang, response. That's a 3-2. And if you can keep up with Kingston or Hobart in the shooting department, Ronnie, you're always within a chance, but I don't know how they go one-on-one against one another.
No, it's going to be very interesting to see.
Bang!
Michael Woods with a three. This is a shootout, JB.
Absolutely. That Kingston bench was well up and down the second and third. You could probably hear that on the far court while you were reffing.
Right now, the Kingston bench are the sixth man of this team right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Meanwhile, Hobart, someone licking their wounds as far as bench and support. Hobart inside through Davey. That's Dwayne. Corey coaching. Joel in foul trouble. Step back, Hargrave. Once the response doesn't get it. Woods with the rebound, and you'd have to suggest another big basket here could spell disaster. It's a 15-point margin.
Absolutely.
Strathmore inside.
Good kick.
Out. Nash gets past Masunda, goes inside.
Nice try.
Finish. And that'll go the other way. Nash just touching that on the outside, and it's good to see, even with the limited minutes that young Caleb's had at senior level, his confidence and intent is clearly there from the outset.
He's as a timeout's been called
to
here,
Hobart.
He's really taken his opportunity. Like he's showing no holds barred there, JB, and just going for it and backing himself, and that's good to see. He's a bit different to his old man, of course, but it's really good to see that he is just trying to develop and try to be. I think he'll be more of a guard than anything else later on in his career.
Yeah, unless he's going to have a massive growth spurt. I mean, Mark's standing at 6'5", 6'6". Caleb sitting in that 6'1" area at the moment. But again, you know, utilising his minutes, getting inside where he can. He played more sporadic in the first couple of games, but he's played some reasonable minutes tonight. And again, that's the even though there's a lot of youth in that Kingston side, there is somewhat a lot of senior experience with NBL 1 and SBL players amongst it, albeit young. And as you mentioned, Ronnie, the confidence of those young guys to take the floor and take the game on.
Absolutely. I really think that when you have a young group like this that are really tight-knit and get around each other, that helps big time, because you know that there's no issues within the team. They've got each other's backs. They're going to help them for a full 40 minutes, and right now they're doing a good job with it.
90-75 our scoreline. Less than 90 seconds gone in this one. It seems like we're well and truly deep into the fourth.
Huh? Oh yes, one, yeah. Take it up.
As Ronnie just confirms, yes, I am that great of a coach at local level. His school team getting the win over Sacred Heart. Young Max Schultz playing a key role there, as always. Playing a key role here, Dwayne Davey with the ball. Here's what he's looked for all night offensively, and they've started to pick that up now in the fourth. Perhaps just going inside. Gets past Boucher, 17 points our scoreline. And Klapsis playing somewhat of a senior role in this team as well, Ronnie. He's been running in the seniors and running the point for a while with the squad.
Absolutely. He's been with the club for quite a few seasons now, JB, and certainly taking on that leadership role. Good to see.
Masunda now, he's had an off night by his standards. Won that step back, had Boucher, didn't talk. Davey, up and under on Badanac. He's missed that one from inside. Playing with confidence in Badanac. Worked into this season very well. Klapsis somehow gets at the Strats, but they missed that. Boucher fighting for the rebound. Tangle of bodies underneath. 2.5 minutes gone here in the last quarter. Game 2 of our men's double header. The Grenadiers beating the Spartans in our first game. Meanwhile, Hobart undermanned, but not going down without a fight here against the Kings, who are looking to make this a 20-point buffer. And seldom, Ronnie, it doesn't matter what level of basketball you're at, 20 points is almost a death wish.
Absolutely, yeah, it is, JB. And right now, I thought it was going to be 23 there.
Close to, no, going up to 20, I should have said, yeah.
My fault.
As Masunda goes inside, finger roll, doesn't get the roll there, and that should speak of the night. Woods clearing that one out.
It's a little bit like international play, JB's. If you get a lead like 20, but all of a sudden it could turn quick within a matter of a couple of minutes. So just got to see how these next 2 minutes play out here for Hobart Phoenix and see if they get their way back into it.
Kings looking to get a shot through young Nash here, and I think that'll really belt their confidence high. He's open there, he's got inches on him, he's going to be careful. 3 seconds into Badanac, rolls through, good score.
That was a poor defensive breakdown there by Hobart Phoenix. Shorty Hargrave, I think, just lost his player there and that allowed that little slip there for the play.
Yeah, that early tangle, and they've lost the handle there, just gave it back. That early tangle threw Geordie out, I think. Boucher for 3, that looks good for us.
Yeah.
Missed that. He's fighting for the rebound though, Hargrave. Local league, one of the better rebounders, certainly athletes we have. Boucher clears out to the 45 from Dwayne Davey, takes that 15-footer, and one! Badanac on the foul. Just got under his landing space there. That's an easy call every day of the week, and just trying to close this one back to a 16-point ball game. Substitution there, Richards coming in, and some of these more senior players, as Joel Davey comes in for his brother Dwayne. Joel on 4 fouls will have to be careful, because I would like to suspect that Dwayne wants a bit of a breather. He hasn't sat down all night, but it'll be very interesting to see. Boucher makes it a little interesting. But a foul on Joel Davey certainly takes a lot of reserve energy out of the Hobart team.
Yeah, it does, and good to see Joel back actually. It's the first time we've seen him all season, JB, so nice to see him back here playing with the group. Yes,
managed a sporadic appearance I believe last year, and having talked to Dwayne Davey, if they get any shorter his sister's going to come out and play for them apparently. Richards goes out and under, claps us up and under, that's nice. An athletic move, and he gets the call. Late there on the drive, he'll go to the line.
It's a good drive kick, and then I like the move going inside there by Klapsis. And really, again, good kind of drive kick. It's a very nice Euro-style play here that the Kings are trying to run. Just to kind of rattle Phoenix a little bit in some ways here on their defensive phase.
5:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 16 points our margin. Klapsis at the line, takes the first, misses that one around the world. A reasonable crowd in for this one, always do for most Kings games when they run a little later. Meanwhile, on our other floor, the Southern Wolves eventually getting over the line against a healthy Kings women's outfit. Cowboucher's hit the deck. I don't know whether that was forced contact or his knee. Looks a little ginger, that's definitely his knee. And that Osgoods that has been plaguing him for the season, playing up there. His father, Scott. As Hargrave gets inside, finishes there. Oh, hello. Bit of a tangle there between Masunda and Woods.
Yep, how do you do that?
Yeah, they know each other pretty well. Inch is getting inside. 14 points the margin. Inch is getting up and under the defence. Drop down.
Oh, beautiful.
Boucher block from Badanac.
Whoa, get that out of here, JB.
Tells him about it, puts him on the floor, and the Kings bench is more up and about with that.
Time out here.
Time out for the Kings. My God, get that stuff out of my house.
I think we're sending that to SBL one.
I believe he wanted I believe he was social distancing himself between the offence and the defence there. 14 points though, even though there's a bit of momentum out of this one now for Hobart there, they're not going away, Ronnie, they're not going down.
No, and as I said probably about 2 or 3 minutes ago, the next 2 minutes is vital here for Hobart Phoenix. They're back within 14, they just, that would have been a good one to bring it back to 12. apply a little bit of scoreboard pressure on. But Kingston are equal to the challenge right now. They're offensively, they're moving the ball quick, they're finding those gaps, understanding their Phoenix are probably not getting the right switches they want on the defensive end. Right now, the Kings have just come out of the quickest timeout I've ever seen them. So
they don't want to kill that momentum.
No, they don't. So that's not a bad strategy, by the way, as well too. A good defensive play down here. Their bench is up and about. Now they want to get another stop here on this possession, JB.
Another big stop here is just as good as 2 quick baskets to extend your lead. Again, the underrated aspect of defence here at the moment. It's Connor Westwood just chatting away once again. Inbound to Masunda. Wants that baseline drive, but they've crowded that up for him. Hasn't been easy tonight. Tiri not having the best game. Shepherd hits the deck. Pawson late contest. Easy rebound there. Fell into the lap of Masunda. He's just going to dribble out. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Just over 5 remaining here in the fourth. A 14-point margin. Masunda inside. Kicks out. Joel Davey for his first points in the return has missed. Shepherd's got that one. He was held on the rebound.
It's going to be on Shepherd.
It is on Shepherd, and it is going the other way, and he's hurt himself. He's not happy. Substitution. Badnack coming back in. He's a bit sore there. He's hurt himself.
Hard to tell from our angle here, JB. Just with both players getting caught up in a bit of a tangle. Obviously, we've seen that throughout the last quarter and a bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I know he was a bit unhappy. A bit winded. That would be it. Grabbing at that diaphragm there. Me and Badnack just checking to make sure it was definitely the diaphragm.
So important possession here for Phoenix. They've got to score on this possession.
They do have to score. Otherwise, it could be all over Red Rover. Boucher extends for that jumper. He's not confident on that leg. He's extended that out. Hargraves just put his man on the floor. No care. Kicks out Stratsma. This could be the dagger. And it's not. Badnack with a rebound. Confidence player. Stratsma inside.
Beautiful.
I thought we were going to get a two-handed wham bam.
It was close, JB.
But we were just putting the lid on the jam jar there. Nothing too extreme. Back out to 16 though. Badnack with another big block. He's had a tremendous game, Badnack. His best all season. Had some solid offence and these big defensive plays here in the fourth carrying the squad. Stratsma wanting to get inside. Joel Davey, good hands there. Corey Davey rubbing the back of his head. Badnack again on the offensive end. He has been the spark of the fourth quarter for this team.
He's an entry player. You know, he'll come off the bench, give you good entry, be that kind of hype man. He's doing that job here tonight.
Good communication defensively too. A sad and sorry. Masunda goes inside, and that has been called a travel. They wanted contact there. Masunda not happy, thought there was something in it. Wasn't seen that way. It's an 18-point ball game, and the Kings absolutely have Hobart rattled here, Ronnie.
They have. And you've got to give credit to Kingston. They're playing a hell of a game tonight. This has been great to watch from what I've seen.
Masunda gets that ball back. He's happy. Wants to get inside. Works his way under. Richards, who gets a hand on that one, gets a short hand corner shot missed. Pawson gets rid of that to the energy man in Badnack. He's had a rough start to our senior league at the moment, but having a game here. Pawson gets that screen. Badnack down. Doesn't get that one. That one's knocked away. And that looks like, is that Dwayne Davey coming back into this one?
Yeah, they're going to bring him in.
He is. That looks like Hargrave heading out here. Very unusual for us to run this late in the men's, Ronnie, but our overtime game in the Spartans Phoenix women. The Spartans getting up by 2 there. And Hobart a pretty valiant effort without Kylie McCauley, who was out in the hamstring.
Oh, there you go. That is a good valiant effort there. That's the first I've heard of that result tonight, JB.
There you go. Pawson dumps that down. Badnack inside. He's had 6 points in this quarter alone. He's had 2 massive blocks. And again, that hype man off the bench. We've cracked the ton, I believe, for the second time this year in SBL. Davies fallen short on that one. The touch just not there offensively. And what's that? What are they saying, sport, Ronnie? If you get to 100 before your opponent, you're generally a chance to take the game.
Yep.
Good jump ball there by Inches, who's still fighting and fighting. Another timeout by the Kings. They're going to use that. 3:13 remaining. We should have the stats submitted from our game on the opposite floor. I'll check those ones out. The Wolves eventually getting over the top. No Taylor Roberts this week.
Right.
But nonetheless, the Wolves getting out on top. They came over the top in a flurry. Won that one 84-58. We'll look at the team stats first. The big telling story there. 10-1 on 3-pointers in favour of the Spartans. They are, in favour of the Wolves. Ellie Collins, Brooke Brown, they are a good outside shooting team. Meanwhile, the Kings getting it done inside for the Wolves on the personal front there. 36 points from Ellie Collins. She's hitting MVP form, Ronnie.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, for the Kings, in a valiant effort, 19 to Josie Greenwood, 14 to Pia Rhodes. Competitive there for 3 quarters. The Kings women, meanwhile, over here, the Kings men, they need all their horses because I don't think Hobart can be put back together again, Ronnie.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, JB. Nice kind of play on words.
I tell you what, I had to think about that one long and hard. Didn't want to tongue tie myself, but 3:13 remaining. They're out by 20. They've got 100 on the board. That looks like Jack Howlett putting his hoodie back on. Cow Boucher looked like he had a bit of a leg complaint there. You wouldn't think there's much left in it for him tonight. And it's all probably a respect thing, the result out of this one at the moment, Ronnie.
I think so. You just got to play it out here with a bit of pride.
Stratsma floating across the lane, doesn't get a roll. Robbie Inches spotting against Joel Davey there to get the rebound. A clash of bodies as they move up the floor here. Inside 3 minutes, solid screen by Dwayne Davey. That's a classic jump shot from Robbie Inches.
That is vintage Robbie Inches right there, JB.
That mid-range to a long two. He's actually extended out to the three-point line a bit this year. Thought he carried there. Referee didn't see it that way. Goes up inside, collapses, gets past his defender. That one's good. Back out to 20 points here. And that race, the Grenadiers winning 3 of their last 4, Ronnie, obviously beating the Spartans tonight. And the Kings having had a form slump. That race for third position just becomes a little more interesting.
It certainly does. And we're only in, week 9 of the league?
We are only in week 9.
And 11 weeks to go. There's still a lot to play out here, JB, but you would say that race is definitely now on.
There we go. I think we got that one enough.
Yeah, and that's the frustration foul right there. I can see where Dwayne's going from, but and then referee Dave Farmers, he's given his best explanation he can on that.
We're having a conversation here from the referees.
That is
unsportsmanlike.
They've upgraded.
To be fair, I would suggest the classification of that is the fact that it was evident Dwayne was only making a play with the shoulder. I think it's a tough call to make.
That's a 50-50 one, but under the criteria and under the interpretation, then it's technically correct.
To the letter of the law.
To the letter of the law, it's technically correct. For the feel of the game, I don't know whether you would
in this situation
where it's a 20-point ball game, I don't know whether you would call that, but then again, by letter of the law, they're right. So I'm not going to dispute that one, but
it was there.
It was there. Yeah,
The best way to put it was there. 102.82. That is our second unsportsmanlike of the night. We did have one earlier, which was on Klapsis in a similar situation. That was earlier in the first half. Hargrave getting hands on the ball. Phoenix just upping it a little bit here. Again, playing for pride in this result. Richards got to get the shot up. Step back, fadeaway 3.
Oh,
that's
here we go.
disgusting. That is disgusting.
Bank is open.
That is, you can't be making deposits from West Side Circle. My goodness gracious. Island State Credit Union closed years ago.
That's true.
I tell you what, they tried to open it back up after that one, though. My goodness. Shot of the night. Jacob Richards, he even cocked the leg. Stratsman wanting to get inside to Richards.
Good play.
He goes up inside. And that one's come straight off his shot clock. That one's going the other way. I think that summarises the night, Ronnie.
I think so, JB. It's been an interesting night of basketball on all 4 courts here at the Kingborough Sports Centre.
In the words of the great BT, boy oh boy, wowee. But can't do much about that. That's doesn't matter how you defended that. There's another one from Davey at a big screen.
Shot by Terry Basunda.
Nice shot from Terry. You can hear the skin slapping backwards and forwards, but I would not want to be the person running into Dwayne Davey. The size of those arms.
Oh yeah.
That is a man who's working out. Stratsma. They've loved that 3 ball here and they've executed nicely. 21-point lead for the Kings. Stratsma gets in front. Good D. Battling backwards and forwards. Joel Davey to make his first basket on the return. Gets a dirty bank. Apparently Island State's foreclosed once again. 105 remaining here in the last quarter. And the Kings just playing this one out nicely. And again, they needed this after the Grenadiers took their 3rd and 4th weeks, handing the Spartans their first loss all season. Claps us inside, stripped away by Hargrave. He's not happy with it. Foul called. They had a foul to give though. They got 2 fouls to give in fact. 51.3 remaining. And a very solid Kings crowd in this one by the bench and certainly by the Cape Way there. Badanac getting inside. That one will come off Hargrave's hands. 46.2 remaining here. And, these games will be up in the wee hours of this morning, for I'm heading away tomorrow to Queenstown. And that's an offensive foul there. Didn't actually see that one.
No, that one just caught me off guard there, JB. I was listening to your...
I was busy conversing too.
Yes.
Suggested if this one was a bit tighter, the conversing would be at a minimal, but nonetheless. Sunda inbounds this one. It's just been an off night here for Hobart. But again, full credit to the Kings, who, as you've seen in this last quarter, Ronnie, have set the tone for the game offensively and defensively. Dwayne Davey inside. He's been, I would hazard to guess, he's close to the high point man. Richards.
Oh, well. Is that justice for the...
I think he was down to try and cherry pick a dunk there, Ronnie. I do believe that was karma.
Yeah. Yes.
I do believe that was... And yes, for that shot, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
The only thing that could have felt worse with the karma is if he fell over going for the ball. Nonetheless, 32.2 remaining. 105.86. Davey to his brother. Goes the finger roll. He's number 5. Number 6, 3 air balls. Number 6, 3 air balls, 4 fouls for Joel Davey tonight, who has come out as a rotational piece.
And
rotational is how they're going to do it. You would think they're going to hold this up now.
Yep.
One would suggest it's a good idea. That'll be a 19-point ball game. I thought it was 21. It's 19. They stop the shot clock. That'll do it. Don't put the shot up. Good boy. That'll do us. 105.86. The Kings make that 3rd seed even more interesting. Hobart go down on a low rotation. One of the worst games they've played all night. A very mixed bag as to who was their player of the game, Ronnie, but that one makes things more interesting at both ends, the top and the lower seed of the ladder.
Yeah, it certainly does. And I think too, JB, that Kingston are starting to make a bit of a run here now, and look out in the next few weeks. I think they'll start being the team that you've got to look at as possibly the premiership contender potentially. I won't rule Glenorchy out because Glenorchy have been the top team, but this Kingston team...
If Kings are going to come out and play like this.
Yeah, if Kings play like they did tonight, and this is going to be a different season altogether.
To summarise, we'll revert back to Jacob Richards. 2.5 minutes to go with the ridiculous 1-foot banking fade away for the Island State Credit Union. On behalf of Ronnie Riggs, it's been Justin Bryan. That's the end of your men's double feature, and we'll see you for round 10 action next week.